This is it. This is the cigar box guitar that I built on my own hands, and a lot of people have been asking me about it. Like they want to get a closer look at it, and that sort of thing. So I did a very short video. It was kind of like a quick tour of it, but now I'm going to do a little bit more of a how I built it kind of video for your edification. So hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. So I've had an interest in cigar box guitars for quite a while, and I started collecting several years ago. I started collecting after I saw a couple of books on the topic of cigar boxes I got from the library. I started collecting cigar boxes, and I don't know, they come in various sizes and shapes, and I wanted to show you a few. They're really almost like works of art. Yeah. So, yeah, I have probably like a dozen cigar boxes that I collected over the last several years, and I even started collecting other kinds of boxes, and actually cookie tins and things like that, lunch boxes, yeah. So, and this is the kind of cigar box that I decided to make a cigar box guitar out of. This sort of, as you can see, I mean, it looks from the surface like it's made out of cardboard, but it's actually not. It's actually made out of wood. It's hinged on the top like this. And the artwork on these boxes is quite amazing, quite interesting. So, like I say, they're kind of like works of art. These are made in Cuba. And Dominican Republic is another. Several of the boxes I have are cigars made in Dominican Republic. Anyway, that's what I made as you can see. It's a similar kind of box. Again, it's wood. It's like 1/4 of an inch thick in places, and more like 1/8 of an inch thick in other places. Yeah. So this kind of cigar box, they have taken like printed paper and glued it onto the box to create this effect. Yeah. So this kind of a cigar box guitar is kind of like a Frankenstein's monster, because it has this old guitar neck I took off another old guitar I had, and attached it to this cigar box. And so the way it works is I attached it to a piece of wood. I took the back off of the cigar box guitar so you can see what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, it's bolted on, just like, the head of Frankenstein's monster, right? And the piece of wood that I cut a little short, so I put in some more spacers in here to fill in the gap. I drilled a hole for this, jack here. And if you're going to, do this sort of thing, drilling a hole in a flimsy cigar box, wooden cigar box like this, you should make sure you clamp it down really tightly. The way that the cigar box is held together is with these little pins. I don't know if you can see them. It's like staples. So, so anyway, they can be, I slid around the edge so I could remove the back, slid through the paper around the edge. And yeah, if you're drilling, make sure you don't, drill into these staples. So anyway, so yeah, it's got this kind of like backbone here, and the wire comes through from the pickup right here. I drilled a hole for the pickup to go through the wood on the top of the box. It comes through and goes to the jack, which is in there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, it's kind of almost like it's alive. It's kind of like a body. Yeah, with a body and a neck and a head and a backbone. It's bolted onto the neck. Yeah, and I even have a bolt here, this bolt I found among some old hardware I had. And I went to the hardware store to get these hinges. Yeah, these brass hinges. So anyway, a lot of stuff. I had this pickup, this Barkus Berry pickup. I had that from a house that I cleared out when I was doing odd jobs. So yeah. Anyway, you can acquire stuff here and there to make a cigar box guitar out of. It's a lot of fun. This is the original pickup that was on the, the original jack that was on the pickup. I cut it off and soldered on, this other jack, this jack here, to the wires that go to the pickup. Whoever had this old guitar before, this guitar neck, they raised the nut. They put in a little spacer there of a plastic underneath the nut to make it higher, so it became more like better for a slide guitar. So I just continue using it as a slide guitar, and it sounds great. And so basically, I kept the same 25 inches from the nut to the bridge, which is the 25-inch scale. So, yeah. And when you're doing solder, be sure to use electrical solder. The other stuff is not going to work. So to reattach this backing, I very carefully slide these little pins back into the original holes that I pried it out of. This last staple right here, I ended up having to pound it in with a hammer because I put this block of wood underneath it to keep it from level. So yeah, I ended up having to pound it in with a hammer because the holes didn't line up correctly. So anyway, best laid plans. To give the cigar box guitar some interesting effects, I add some distortion and delay and reverb, and I do this with sometimes I do it with my Vox mini amp, and sometimes I do it with the RC600 looper. So there are various ways you can add effects, like through applications like if you have a DAW from a socket wrench. what is it, 13/16 vanadium chrome, Ace Hardware. So I hope you found this video informational and educational, and that you will like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll build yourself a cigar box guitar. And if you do, then show me, post a picture of it in the comments and tell me about it. Have a great day. Thanks.